Teenager knows he or she was born for greatness, but for Buffy, a popular high school cheerleader, greatness includes a neat trick that will slay you if you're a vampire.
You want me to go to the graveyard with you because I'm the chosen one and there are vampires?
Yes.
Does Elvis talk to you?
Christy Swanson plays Buffy, a valley girl destined by fate to slay some vampires that are calling Los Angeles home. Swanson quickly learned that kicking a little vampire butt requires a lot of physical action.
For 10 days, I trained with a martial arts trainer. And I was able to pick it up quickly because I had a dance background, so I was able to do the kicks and stuff. But during the film, it was pretty trying.
I'm Pike.
Pike isn't a name, it's a fish.
Swanson gets some help in the slaying department from Beverly Hills 90210 heartthrob Luke Perry. Luke says this role is a total departure from the sexy guy he plays on the hit show.
I sport sort of an Ivanhoe look in one part, and, you know, sort of a Ted Koppel, Peter Jennings combination in another part. And, you know, I wanted to do a project that wasn't about my hair for once, and this was a kind of a neat way to do that.
I train girls to be slayers.
Veteran actor Donald Sutherland plays the mysterious Merrick in the film, the guy who chooses the slayers. He says it was a role he could really sink his teeth into.
Merrick has a way of looking at things that is so much calmer and without the fear of dying than anything I've ever been able to do in my life.
Paul Reubens plays a vampire, along with Rutger Hauer, the leader of the vampire pack. When Reubens' character is slain, Hauer says it's campy rather than scary.
I play a death march on the violin when he dies, and he dies like this. He dies, He dies like that. It's great.
All the actors say they had a great time working on the vampire movie, especially Luke Perry, who says this film, his first big movie, is a real learning experience.
I want to be the best at what I do.
Mrs. Put on the auction block next week in New York City. This is the first time any actor that we know of has put an Oscar up for sale.
Here's a guy who's hoping for an Oscar one day, perhaps. He's a television heartthrob, but will Luke Perry make the grade on the big screen?
I play Pike, and Pike is the damsel in distress in the movie. Hi.
Hi.
So we did the big role reversal thing, and
Luke Perry makes his major motion picture debut in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a romantic comedy about a popular high school cheerleader who kills vampires. Of course, Perry plays Pike, as he said, Buffy's rebel boyfriend. Some of his friends from the set of Beverly Hills 90210 showed up at a special screening of Perry's film last night in Hollywood. The film opens across the country on Friday.
Bruce Wolf is now.
Top 10 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Christy Swanson as a teenage girl whose extracurricular activities include cheerleading and driving stakes in the hearts of pesky vampires. In Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Christy Swanson plays a high school cheerleader who's surprised to learn that she has been chosen to lead the fight against modern-day vampires. Christy says that is something of a turnabout.
You would probably normally find the guy playing this role. And now it's a girl, which makes it kind of funny.
As we told you earlier, Christy used a personal trainer to prepare for all the martial arts stuff in the film, but it was the cheerleading that she actually found the most demanding.
The director told me before we started shooting, she said, Christy, I know you got the Slayer down. I know that's not going to be a problem. She says, we got to work on this early Buffy stuff, you know, because this was like the high school cheerleader stuff. I was rebelling against it. I was, oh, God, I got to wear a cheerleading outfit.
Buffy, you're not like other girls.
But Christy says it was great fun working with co-stars like Luke Perry and Paul Reubens of Pee Wee Herman fame, who plays a very hard-to-kill vampire.
He constantly had everybody laughing on the set with one-liners all around. He really did a great job in the movie. It's very funny. He took a totally different direction from what we're used to seeing with Pee Wee Herman.
Admit it, Buffy. Aren't there times when you just feel less than fresh?
Christy Swanson didn't really have high school memories to build on to do the part of Buffy. She was taught at home and finished her studies at age 15.
Anyway, you can tell a lot about a TV guy by the first movie he decides to do after he becomes really big. Does he choose a starring vehicle or does he choose something hip? Lesson 1 in Luke Perry hits the theaters this week with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, in which Luke appears alongside such unlikely people as Donald Sutherland, Rutger Hauer, and Pee Wee Herman himself, Paul Reubens. Now, this one actually stars Christy Swanson in the title role as a mall doll who discovers that she has what it takes to take the bite out of two 1,500-year-old vampires who just settled into Southern California. I guess they just like the climate. Anyway, Luke is the town misfit Pike who warms to Buffy's task, shaves off his sideburns, and warms to Buffy herself.
There's something going on around here. I don't know. Weird. Something real weird. Suck my kiss!
Luke plays Pike.
I'm Pike.
I play Buffy.
Let me get this straight.
She meets this guy, Merrick.
I train girls to be slayers.
He tells her that she's the chosen one.
I am so sure.
Chosen in life to slay vampires.
Bad, bad boys, come with me, yeah.
I gotta get away from the vampires. So I get caught in a lot of situations I'm not prepared for, but old Buff is there to save the day.
It's too unique, messing up your girlfriend, 'cause the tip. So shake your groove thing.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I'm saving your butt.
Everybody's seen a lot of vampire movies. Been a lot of them made. What's different about ours is we take the funny angle on it.
That is a bad guy. Can we go, please?
Paul Reubens is hysterical in the movie.
You ruined my new jacket. Kill him a lot.
You know, you can't come up with anything too stupid or too strange. Paul will make it work.
Admit it, Buffy. Aren't there times when you just feel less than fresh?
As an actor, you try and stretch, and when you do other projects, you look for something a little different. This guy was 180 degrees from the guy I play on 90210.
I'll buy that.
I mean, the thing I liked about doing it was, you know, when you came to a point where we either do this seriously or you go for the laugh, I'll go for the joke every time.
Stab him in the heart! Ah!
Oh, vampires of the world, beware.
Okay, you've probably noticed, by the way, that Luke Perry doesn't appear in the ads for this little movie. In fact, they've got the cheerleader with the steak in her hands. But they did rush this movie out to get it out during the summer when 90210 happens to be in hiatus. Well, in recent years, the movie